Hey everyone, the professor here, and we are going to jump right into our crude oil analysis. So let's get right into the chart here. So kind of walk with me, and we're going to kind of mark this up together. Make sure that you are taking the time to mark up your charts as well with me. So we're seeing this 87 area as kind of our high. We have not been able to have a candle close above that 87. Now, as you can see here, we already talked about it. We did kind of come down and officially close that gap that was created from Sunday. So now we are waiting to see what price is going to do. And so we are going to mark up a couple of different levels. First of all, we are on the 4 hour chart, and we have not been able to close below this area right in here. So, one of the most important things to do when you first start your chart, especially when you're doing a midday analysis, is to look at the highs and the lows over the last couple of sessions. So, that's why here I wanted to mark this up because we're going to be working within these two parameters moving forward here. So the first thing I want to do on a 4 hour level is draw a Fibonacci level. So I want to take this high down to this low, and you can clearly see, for those of you that are in the group, or for those of you who have seen the video, we already had that one rejection of the 61.8, and then we had another second rejection of the 61.8, and you can see it right over here. So we're sitting on a nice fib level where we have seen some form of rejection. So I'm going to leave that fib level up here, and we're going to kind of walk it down now to the 1 hour chart to start looking at price action. Now, as we look at price action on the 1 hour chart, let me keep in mind that, again, we are getting later in the day. We're about to hit, almost 12 noon Eastern Standard Time in just a little bit. The markets are going to come down. The volume is going to come down because the European banks and the European traders are now exiting for the day. And so only the US session will be left open. So that big volatile area during the London US crossover section ends at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Now, there usually will be a push for crude oil a little bit later in the afternoon. But again, don't trade what you feel, trade what you see. And again, I don't like trading after 11:30 a.m. I no longer enter any more trades, but I want to give you value for those of you that are interested in maybe picking up some points or pips. So right now, you have to assume, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, right? We do know that this right here, and I'm going to mark it up right here, this is our 61.8 Fibonacci level. Okay. This is our 50% Fibonacci level right here. And then this is our 38.2 Fibonacci level. Those levels are important as we move down, and I'll tell you why. Now, to the back end, to the back end of this, I'm going to draw a Fibonacci level now from this low to this high. And what that's going to do is that's going to give me another area where, if price does cross below these zones, then you should be looking somewhere down in this lower section here. Okay. So again, these fib levels are based on the swing low to the swing high, totally opposite than the first ones that we did. So now, as we drop down to the 15-minute chart, and again, those of you that know, and those of you who have been paying attention, we kind of love that, consolidation area, right? Maybe we just consolidate in this area here for a while. Kind of make this a little bit bigger because this is really the area that you're going to be focusing on moving forward. But let's make this orange so you kind of can get focused right in on this area right here. Okay. So the question might be, well, what should I trade and what should I look at? Well, as we begin to look at this chart here over the next few minutes, give yourself a chance to scalp maybe 5 points, maybe 10 points or more, giving yourself a low risk, high reward opportunity. let me show you what that looks like as we go into this possible opportunity to scalp. We know this is the 61.8. So one scenario for you to scalp would look something like this, where price comes back into this area and you enter somewhere in here. You take it right up to above this wick, right over here, and you come right back down to eventually maybe here, right? But again, you were only looking for 5 or 10 points, right? That's what I would look for on the sell side, okay, on the sell side. Now, if that happens, again, if that's a late trade opportunity, that is where I would go in. Another situation could be right in here. This one's a little bit more riskier because of where it's at. But again, another short position would be if price closes below this box, then coming right in here and taking it back down in here, right? So these are kind of our two scenarios that you have an opportunity to play with. Now, if price closes above this area, okay, if price closes above this area, then you should be looking for price to come up, price to come back down into this area. This would be your entry, and then you would be taking a position like this for a long position off this area, back up to negative 27, and taking this stop loss to down to this area. And I'm going to move this over to the left. I'm sorry, to the right, so you can see it. That's kind of what a short position would look like, something to that effect. So you have a couple of scalping scenarios here that you can definitely play with. But again, let me caution you that we are getting late in the day here. And so I would be very, very careful. And these are just short scalping opportunities based on current market conditions. Once these conditions have been met, then all of these are wiped away and we start from scratch. And again, tomorrow is Friday. So in my opinion, nobody should really be trading on Friday unless you're trading like a London session where you can catch some points. So this is all valid until we have that break to the top side. Okay. And if we have the break to the bottom side, then we already know that we would have cashed in on these opportunities. And then if we have a breakdown in here, then here would be another opportunity for you to take this back up off the 61.8 back up to this level right in here if we get that scenario. So I just wanted to give you a couple of scalping opportunities for those of you that choose to trade late in the day. That violates my trading rules, but I wanted to give you some value for you and obviously the members inside of our group. Okay, have a great afternoon trading. Remember, tomorrow is Friday. Remember, there'll be another big move, probably like around 3:30 Eastern Standard Time when new contracts are filled. So definitely look out for that. Okay, if you got some value, you know what to do. Hit that like button. And if you're brand new, think about subscribing. And we would love to have you inside of our group. Happy Thursday. Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And don't forget to look out for that full Sunday analysis video every Sunday around 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great day.